Welcome and happy holidays from 2K Sports. It's time for NBA action. And in our matchup tonight, you'll see the Minnesota Timberwolves going up against the New Orleans Pelicans. Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg with David Aldridge on our sideline. And Greg, on paper, this looks like a real mismatch. These teams have very different expectations.
And in any matchup like this, the early stages are important. The team coming in as a big underdog has to keep it close, otherwise things can go south in a hurry.
Now the opening lineup for the New Orleans Pelicans. Sharing the wing spots, it's Jones and Ingram. Underneath, in the post, it's Williamson and Valanciunas. And it's MP in at the point.
Hey, like a lot of guys, Edwards rides momentum as a player. When his confidence is soaring, so is his activity level.
And Edwards drops them both. And Clark, what can you say about Anthony Edwards? Living up to that first overall hype, he has been spectacular.
Yeah, he has been, Kevin. I agree. Some were surprised he went first overall, but you look back at that draft, he was as good a #1 pick as any of them, and he's certainly proven to be worthy of that status.
Out of bounds, Minnesota takes possession. And for a look at how the competition stacks up right now. These, the new power rankings, they tell a great story. Taking a look at New York, they're gaining on some of the teams above them, trying hard to crack into that top 5.
And when I look at the Pelicans, they continue to obliterate expectations because they found a way to get the most out of the guys on this roster.
Now here is Conley. His last outing, 16 points for him. Anderson finds Edwards. Lock at 6. Steps back and fires. Another shot. And it's Towns missing.
Well, you know, this is what happens. You can't afford to lose concentration even for a nanosecond.
Some nice passing here by New Orleans. Ingram setting a pick for MP. And slammed up by Ingram.
Now that's how you orchestrate the pick and roll. MP with a great feed there to his teammate.
About a minute and a half through the first quarter. Conley against Jones. Here's Edwards. Rebounded by Valanciunas. New Orleans with the ball. Now, here's MP. His average of about 35. Oh, my! Wow!
Well, what a dunk artist this guy is. Whenever Williamson takes flight, you're just expecting to see something special.
And they're bringing you up close and personal on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Now here is Conley. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 11 points a game. Here's Edwards. Third time is not the charm. 0 for 3 from the floor so far.
Yeah, scoreless here early after their first 4 shots. They right now are searching for a bucket.
MP with it. Guarded now by Anderson. And it's Williamson missing. The Timberwolves have gone 0 of 4, missing their first 4 field goals. Pass to Conley. Towns dishes to Conley. Good, and the assist goes to Towns.
That's a part of his game that Towns has really developed in his time in the league, becoming a good passer.
Ingram setting a pick for MP. Kicks to Ingram. Stolen by McDaniels. Going inside. Top of the key, Conley. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to be on MP.
And he's got the smarts to take advantage of the shaky defense. Conley's been around the block a few times.
And he's good on the second.
You know, what you love about Mike Conley, he's a leader by example.
The epitome of a terrific point guard and teammate. True professional in every sense of the word, on and off the floor. He plays and he teaches and mentors. I could see him, if he desired, being a really good head coach someday.
Here's Conley. Brandon Ingram picking up that last bucket. Right side Towns. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
Karl Anthony Towns finishing through contact there.
Conley against MP. To the middle. And Ingram the bucket on the assist by MP. MP's got 5 assists in the game. Timberwolves trail by 3. Here is Edwards. He's a guy we see deliver on a nightly basis, averaging about 24.5 points a game. Minnesota comes into this one following a loss to New York.
Hey, they had their opportunities, but let's face it, they choked from the line. Hard to win that way on the road.
Hey, knocking down free throws in a hostile environment is really about the battle of the mind.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
Oh, here's Edwards. Inside and stolen by Williamson, and they're moving it up. And here's MP for 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Very high percentage so far, and if you want to start a game hot, that's the way to do it.
Now here's Towns. A 24-point outing in their last game against the Knicks in New York.
Yeah, but his shot blocking was a factor as well. 3 on the game, just a major presence on the D.
Pelicans leading by 8. And here is MP. 38 points for him last game against Brooklyn.
And it was a huge night for him at the other end as well. How about the steals? And he was just a big headache the entire game.
And Jones pulls it down. And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. MP passes to Williamson. Here's Ingram. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Now Conley. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 11 points a game. So the Timberwolves called their first timeout. Let's check out the Western Conference standings right now that we're here in the new year. Pass to Anderson. Conley kicks to Anderson. To the paint. Here's Edwards. He's just scored his first basket with that shot, making him 1 for 4.
His first make, and, maybe that will get him going.
Ingram a screen on Conley. Here's MP. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Well, here we are, Clark. This is game 2 of a back-to-back for these guys. So should we expect lower energy out there?
I certainly am not counting on that. I mean, these guys are in tremendous physical condition. They can handle a quick turnaround. That's part of what they get paid to do.
Kelly Oubre's checked in for the Timberwolves. Now here is Conley. Outside Edwards. Outside Towns. Back to Edwards. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Edwards got 6.
A composed and cool effort from Edwards inside. Not rushing himself or forcing a bad shot. Taking what's available.
MP finds Jones. Here's MP. And that comes off the assist by Jones. 7 points in the game.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Now here's Towns. And Towns throws it down.
An absolute beast in the pick and roll. Towns rolls off ready to score. He doesn't disappoint either.
And the dunk by MP.
Yeah, they have gone full throttle from the opening tip, showing no signs of letting up.
And, when you've got a chance to put a team away early, you got to take it.
Here is Edwards. 6 points for him. And Towns the bucket on the assist from Edwards.
You got a big guy like Towns that can hit from long range. I think it makes your whole team harder to defend.
The 3 from MP. Knocks down the 3 ball. And the Pelicans lead by 10.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
And to battle back, they've got to shore up the defense. I mean, there's no other way to come back from a deficit unless you play good defense.
The Timberwolves making a switch here. Milton's checked in. Trey Murphy's checked in for the Pelicans. Here's Milton. We had a 12-point outing in their last game against New York.
And they've done a nice job controlling the defensive backboard to start this game.
Not one second chance bucket allowed. That is finishing off good defense.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
And here is Conley following the three-pointer by MP. Ingram setting a pick for MP. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That one is on Towns.
Nice aggressive play by MP. When you attack, you put so much pressure on the defense.
Incredibly for the Minnesota Timberwolves, Clark, the 2004 playoffs are the only time they've won a series.
You know, Kevin, with Kevin Garnett, they had a few 50-win teams and some excellent coaches. That just tells you, I think, how hard it is to win in this league.
With the shot, 6 for 6. He's yet to miss from the field.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns blazing.
A shot by Milton, no good.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
They sure are. I mean, they've done a terrific job carving out space under the basket and then pursuing the ball. You know, it's one thing to box out, but you've got to pursue the ball if you're going to get rebounds. And they look strong here in the early going.
Now, here is Miller, and it's out of bounds to the Pelicans. And the Timberwolves making a change here. Through one half, it hasn't even been close. Pelicans ahead, running away with this one. Stay with us, folks. We'll get back just after halftime to start the third quarter.
Hey everybody, it's halftime. Boy, it's been a rough.
Pretty simple. They're getting bullied on the boards. They want to come back. They got to knuckle up and buckle up and tuckle up.
Ooh, are you think?
And next up, we have the award winners, our players of the month in the East and the West. And that concludes halftime. Now time to send it over to...
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. You look at MP in this one, he's been everywhere.
And the way that he has helped out with the ball movement has been a difference maker early on.
And, you know, that's not a job they ask him to do very often. But in the first half, I thought he was in perfect sync with his teammates.
Tipping off the second half, here's Willie Green's 5. Ingram at the 3 with Williamson playing the 4. Herbert Jones is out there with MP. And it's Valanciunas in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
Just a fantastic job by MP getting the ball right where it needs to go.
Conley the pass to Towns and stolen by MP. That's good from Williamson on the assist by MP. MP's got assist number 8 now on the night. Now here is Conley. Passes it to Towns. Back to Conley. Over Jones. And Jones sends it back.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Now, here's MP. And finished off by Williamson.
Well, part of their game plan was to block out the noise and just stay focused.
And what's been impressive is that it's not been any one player. It's been a collective effort, contributions from everybody.
Conley against Jones. Towns a screen on Jones. Clock at 4. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
They have yet to hit a shot. A real slow start here in the second half.
You know, I think he may have forced that pass when there was really no reason to.
Minnesota's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Edwards can't hit.
Boy, an awful beginning to this half, guys, missing their first 4 attempts.
MP against Conley. MP kicks to Ingram. MP looking around. Back to Ingram. And slam dunk by Ingram.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Almost no holes in their performance tonight. They've been tremendous.
Now here's Edwards. He's got 16. Out to Conley.
I got him.
Edwards against MP. Anderson outside. Will it go? Pelicans with the rebound.
Ouch. 5 shots without a make. That's a really ragged start coming out of halftime.
Ingram a screen on Towns. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Ingram's got 24 points.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Right side Towns. Outside Edwards. Outside Conley. Minnesota needs to get off a shot here. And he gets it to go. 18 points for Anthony Edwards.
And with those points, he puts an end to that 10-0 run by New Orleans.
MP passes to Ingram. And slam dunk by Ingram.
Hey, whatever adjustments they made at halftime, they are working to perfection.
You know, they came out of the locker room, revved up the gas pedal, and haven't slowed down yet.
Now here's Anderson. He has 5. Back to Conley. From the arc. Rebounded by Valanciunas.
And another miss. Ooh, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. Ingram, count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
I think they've really got to start committing more bodies down low and really kind of close that area off defensively.
And often players want to discuss calls with the officials, but Greg, what was your approach with those conversations with referees?
Kevin, well, it depended on the conversation. But at the end of the day, you realize they've got a job to do just like you do. And you try to keep it as respectful as possible and yet still be able to get your point across. And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Boy, this is borderline ridiculous. I mean, every single attempt finding the bottom of the bucket.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. MP in the last game against the Nets was a man on a mission. He dropped in 38 points, and his passing was incredible with all of those assists. He really worked hard in that game and put up some big numbers as a result. Guys, back to you.
Yeah, David, in stretches, he was absolutely dominant. Greg, he'd love to match that performance tonight.
This team needs his contributions. When he's right, he makes winning plays time and time again.
For sure, and draws so much defensive attention that it opens up opportunities for others.
Now, MP, following the miss by Michael Conley from deep.
Boy, he's having a great half here. exactly the opposite of the first.
Jones against Conley. Anderson with the screen for Conley. And there's the pass to McDaniels. Here's Edwards. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And the NBA said expansion should wait until after the new CBA. Craig, that's done, so... And here's MP. He'll bring it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. They host the Clippers after this game. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. They've got Miller. Anthony Edwards out there with Kelly Oubre. Then it's Shake Milton. And it's Alexander Walker in at the shooting guard. So that's the Timberwolves 5. Count it. MP's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Pelicans.
And cutting to the rim with assertiveness, MP has no problems taking charge.
Outside, Edwards pulls up. He sticks that one in from 20 feet away. Edwards got 10 points in just the second half.
Well, I'm not sure how that one found the bottom of the net, but hey, you take it when it comes.
Here's MP. Gets number 9 to fall. He's only taken 10 shots.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range.
And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the officials. And the Timberwolves making a change here. Reinhardt's checked in, and New Orleans also making a change. Zeller's checked in.
And this is the time now.
The previous play is under review.
Instituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays,
the ruling on the floor is confirmed.
And how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if...
Substitution on the court.
Here we are looking around the NBA. Clark, which division do you think is the strongest overall?
I think it's pretty clear, man. You look at that Pacific division out west, you're talking Clippers, Lakers, Warriors, Kings, Suns. Show me another division that can match that for entertainment value, quality of number of all-stars, and caliber of the teams. That's the one.
Conley against Morris. To the inside. Marshall with the steal. Lets it go with a 3. Minnesota with the rebound. Edwards got 4 rebounds now tonight. He kicks to Conley. From deep. And once again off the mark by Minnesota.
Wow, what a rough second half for him shooting the basketball. Maybe you adopt a pass-first mentality at this point.
Tell you what, he has been feeling it, guys, and the best game plan right now, it's elementary. Just keep feeding him. Let him eat.
Left side, Towns. Out to Edwards. Edwards drawing the double team. And the dunk by Towns.
Throwing that weight around. Towns with 2 bonus points there.
MP with it. Morris with a screen on Conley. Here's MP. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Edwards got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Anderson outside. The feed to Towns. It's tipped. Towns is doubled. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. 6 to shoot. Anderson passes to Towns. 2 points. That one goes. 23 points for Karl Anthony Towns.
Towns can do some exciting stuff on the floor. We're seeing it from him here in this one.
High arcing shot, and McDaniels with the block. Anderson kicks to Conley. Edwards passes to Towns. Outside Conley. And here's Anderson. The tray. No good that time. Good defense by MP. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Michael Conley picks one up. And Greg, while the commissioner might not like player trade requests, Kevin Durant said it's great for the league for players to have that leverage. Where do you stand?
Well, I wouldn't go that far. The main thing is trying to keep those requests in-house. Otherwise, it can be deflating for fans.
The Pelicans making a switch here. Daniels has checked in. And Towns the bucket on the assist from Conley. Towns has got 6 here in this quarter.
And, you know, Conley developed great vision in terms of the floor, and that allows him to spot an open teammate.
Good on the shot.
I mean, already hot coming into the game. Is it fair to say he's hotter?
Well, that might be fair, but I wouldn't want to take away from what he did in that last game. I mean, let's just say it's a pretty nice run he's on, no matter how you decide to frame it up.
Pass to Towns. And it's blocked. MP outside. .121 left to play in the final quarter. On the wing, Daniels, covered by Conley. Here's Waddell. No good on the 3. Minnesota's gone 2 of 5 on 3-point shots since the end of the third quarter.
Really hard to think of things they didn't do well in this one. Certainly a dominant night on offense for the Pelicans.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And with this win, they'll end up notching another victory for this year's campaign, win number 33.
And they took control of this season series matchup from the get-go, making every play they needed to en route to winning all 4 of their games this year against Minnesota.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for MP.
Well, you have to marvel at how well he picked apart that defense repeatedly. Found the right guy in the right spot at the right time.
Towns wide open. Plenty of room to knock down the shot.
Hey, a confident shooter like Towns doesn't need any time to get a shot up.
MP passes to Morris. Back to MP. So we see New Orleans taking the W here. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You